Hello, my friends. Booming here once again. It's been a very long time, and for that I do apologize. I know it's been a couple months. Okay, guys, I know. I've just been extremely stupidly busy. I'll do more videos and all that jazz. Hopefully not in a couple months. Hopefully soon. I have plans to reboot the channel. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about some breaking news in less than a day. I'm not sure if y'all have heard yet, but I can't say I'm not overly surprised. In fact, this is something that I've just been waiting for. I think a lot of us have been waiting for something like this. Bioware will no longer be supporting Swtor. That's right, Swtor is leaving Bioware. Again, can't say I'm surprised. I mean, if you look at how things have been going, or haven't been going, to better put, this game, I mean, okay, so the company Broadsword, which does Ultima Online and Dark Camelot Darkness, you know, these games you see all the time on your YouTube videos for the commercial. Ultima Online is a blah blah based playing game, yada 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 yada. So Broadsword is one that does that. Broadsword is also developed or started by people from Bioware and other dev companies. So yeah, Swtor is going to Broadsword. And as hats off to my dear friend Kid Lee, who said, you know, he puts this as Swtor's going into retirement, to where, you know, I'm a bit more pessimistic in that, and thinking, I don't know if it's retirement. I think it's more like hospice. Because in situations like this is where we need to be honest with ourselves, honest with the reality of the industry, of Swtor, and what things are happening right now. And this is something I have been harping on for years. And one of the reasons why I left the influencing programs, because I just got, you know, and I'll be honest with you, I've not played Swtor in a couple months. I've been playing World of Warcraft and now Diablo 4. But I think one of the things for me is my disillusionment. Yeah, that's it. With Swtor, because of Bioware, because for years and years, a lot of us influencers or content creator program begged Bioware and EA to put more money, to put more resources into Swtor, because Swtor is one of those games that has giant potential. Giant, because I think, you know, Old Republic story is rich, and there's so much you can do with it. But then again, if you don't have a company truly backing up your IP, then it's just going to eventually die. And that's what happened to Anthem. Anthem's another game to which I had a lot to hope for with Anthem 2.0. I mean, it could have been one of those games that you've heard before out there, like Final Fantasy 14, that sucked in the beginning, but the company said, you know what, we believe in this, we're going to redo the whole thing, and look at where Final Fantasy 14 is right now. I mean, that's not the only game out there with that example, but it is an example. I think that could have easily happened with Anthem if they had actually, you know, backed the game and didn't have so much infighting. So, but yeah, so Bioware is pretty much going to be two-game flagship, Mass Effect and Dragon Age. That's what it's going to be. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens from here on out. I will not be surprised at all if you start seeing a mass exodus from people who have just been holding on hope for brand new giant content. My friends, I honestly don't see that coming. I really don't, and that sucks to say. But if you see the last couple expansions that we've had, it's there on the wall. The writing's there. These have not been expansions. They have not been, and they know it. They know it. They just haven't been telling the whole truth, right? I said before, if they had just come out and said, guys, this is going to be a smaller expansion, yada, 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 it's going, pretty much just giant content patches. That's what we've been getting for the past couple expansions. And I would argue, and still continue to argue, that Shadow of Revan was their best expansion to date. An actual, true-to-life, true-to-form expansion for an MMO. And MMOs are hard to make. They require lots of money and lots of people. And according to the IGN report, an article, they had about 80 developers. Now, we already know from Eric Musco that a lot of the developers were doing double duty, right? They were fixing the bugs, but they're also at the same time working on new content for the game. And that, a lot like World of Warcraft, they have people who work on bugs solely, and then they have people who are working on future content. But Blizzard's a whole completely different animal. She's got hundreds of millions of dollars to play with, and companies that back it up and believe in it. So that's the thing. Is Swtor dead? Not yet. But Grandpa Swtor is going to hospice, and we will keep an eye on that. And I think something that Kid Lee, and I watched his video, said, and I 100% agree with, something you will start seeing in lieu of content. You're going to see a lot of microtransaction stuff to make money. I mean, that's how a lot of video game companies these days make their money, is through microtransactions and through in-game shops. And as much as I'm not the biggest fan of that stuff, especially the games that just, rudely go, here, you have this great gun, it's going to be awesome. It's not exactly OP, but it's $100. And you're like, who's spending this type of money? Kids with mommy and daddy's credit card, that's who. Not me. So yeah, it's crazy. So what are your guys' thoughts? Put your thoughts in the comment section below. I want to hear this. I'll probably do a more formalized video on this later as we watch the social medias and see what the devs start saying out there. But yeah, it's about 80 people were working on the game, and I think about half of those are moving over to Broadsword. The other half are probably going to either go to different companies, do something else, or they're going to start working on getting into the Mass Effect Dragon Age team. So it should be interesting to see where Eric goes, where Papa Keith goes, Jackie, not Charles because he left, but yeah, the writing was on the wall for a long time. And for me, the final nail in the coffin is when Charles left. I've met Charles, I've met Eric, I've met some of the devs, and they're really great, nice people. Nothing ever bad to say about those guys. Love them. A lot of times these devs are just stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? They are told what to do, even though they would love to do more. And I know they would love to do more. But, you can only do so much with so little. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's get the conversation started. My friends, part of me is like, well, should I do a video and just give out all the codes I still have that Bioware gave me? They still work. I mean, Swtor will probably still be via Bioware for probably like a year or so until everything's finalized and all that stuff, because there's a lot of logistics to be planned and done. So, yeah. Give me your thoughts. I want to know, my friends. More videos, hopefully, coming soon. Thank you for sticking around. Love you guys. You're the best. See ya!